I mean, there are similarities, and the game, I can understand how the two games might be compared, but I think the initial concept, the initial ideas behind the games are completely different, and I believe that after a player plays both games, they'll see just how different the two ideas are. My staff and I did think that maybe the two would be compared, but ultimately I don't think that is necessarily a concern. Nintendo's come out with games like Wii Sports and Zelda Twilight Princess. They're both very different games, and the experience is completely different. They're both produced by Miyamoto-san, so it's not as though one is better than the other. It's just the overall experience is different. They're both fun, but just in their different ways. So it's not as though Nintendo's heading in a more simplified direction. It's all about balance. I'm 43, going to be 44 pretty soon. As game creators go, I'm kind of up there. I'm hoping that, to kind of nurture those below me and kind of train them to become Zelda creators as well. Looking forward, when we approached Twilight Princess and we added the Wii compatible features to it, we tried to take advantage of kind of the initial key features of the Wii. Does that make sense? Like the pointer and the motion sensor, because it was a launch title. But moving forward, as people get more used to using the Wii controllers and we get more used to developing for the Wii, you could probably expect even more, I guess, deeper controls. With the Wii version of Twilight Princess, I was creating the Wii version of a GameCube game. I wanted to make them similar. So actually, I didn't use the Wii graphics capability to its full capacity. So we could actually do a lot more with that, and I'm looking forward to doing that. I think you're probably talking about the comment I made at E3 about using a fully orchestrated background music for Zelda. That was actually a conscious decision we had to make because of development timing, and it's something that Kondo-san is actually very he's very frustrated. He wishes we could have implemented that, so I'm hoping you'll look forward to that in future Zelda games. With regard to voice, it's a conscious decision of mine not to give Link a voice, because Link is actually the player, and to give Link a voice would kind of alter that experience for the player. So I don't think that will happen anytime soon, unless of course it benefits the gameplay. It's all about gameplay, so if it's to the benefit of the game, then we would definitely consider including voice acting. There are many games out there that use voice recording, and for me, it's if I were to choose to include voice acting in a Zelda game, it would have to change the game dramatically and make other people realize, oh hey, this is a new way of using voice. While I was working on Twilight Princess, and that did involve much of my time, I wasn't able to work with the staff on developing DS Zelda. So I actually went to Iwata-san and begged him to allow me to have that time with DS Zelda to really help produce it and make it into something that I thought was worthy of being a Zelda title. And for that, I apologize to the user for making him wait so long, but I sincerely hope that they will look forward to playing it when it does come out. The touchscreen is really conducive to the Zelda gameplay, where you interact with your environment. It's not just moving through the environment, but it's a lot of the story is how the player interacts with different objects and different characters within the environment. So rather than using a button press, which only gives the player the experience of pressing a button, I chose to use a more direct approach using the touchscreen. My main concern is always giving the player the optimum experience, and we knew we wanted to include a multiplayer aspect to this game, and when we actually tested it out, it worked well on Wi-Fi. The multiplayer feature is not a huge part of the main game. The main game is still primarily single player, but again, the contents of the multiplayer, it's all fleshed out. It feels good playing Wi-Fi, so I hope everyone looks forward to doing that.